What is up, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, giving you commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Before I get started on tonight's review of Bad Blood, I want to invite you to check out my top 10 favorite matches from Atlanta, which is already up earlier today, as well as my top 10 favorite Hell in a Cell matches, which is also up. So be sure to check those out as we have had an amazing week reviewing, giving you extra reviews, a great episode of NXT. Thank you guys so much for watching my review on NXT. And because NXT is on in full on CW, I will be able to give you guys reviews on that. So stay tuned on that. But for now, let's talk about tonight's Bad Blood in my former hometown of Atlanta. And I'm sure you're probably noticing, usually I would have one of my Austin Theory shirts on, but you guys probably know why I have this on, so I'll get to that a little bit later. But in any event, let's start with the fact that we opened the show with a Hell in the Cell match. I honestly thought it was going to be the main event match, but considering what happened later on, it all made sense to me. And when they opened the show, when they said that Hell in a Cell was going to begin the show, I said something is going to happen in that tag team match. Whether it is post match, something in me feels like, as God is my witness, I said to myself, something about to happen tonight. Because for them to not have CM Punk and Drew McIntyre on the main event, something really big is about to happen. And that match by itself, the opening was awesome. The ending was awesome. And to be perfectly honest with you, I could watch this whole show back again. It was just that good. So we opened the show with Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk, Hell in a Cell. The match did not disappoint me at all. And if you saw the highlights from WWE's channel, you'll notice that they allowed the blood. They allowed the headshots to go uncensored. Thank you, Jesus. And of course, we got to see blood without gray screen. So thank you to whomever did that. Thank you. I know it sounds barbaric, but thank you. Because that's what we want to see. We want to see brutality. But in any event, moving forward, the match was awesome in so many different ways. When Drew poured those beads of CM Punk's bracelet that had the name of his wife, AJ Lee, and his dog, that was cold. That was heel move 1-on-1. But when Drew went for that Claymore and caught his back on the steel, from a kayfabe standpoint, I said, see, God don't like ugly, because you poured that stuff on CM Punk and now you missed the Claymore and you hurt your back. God don't like ugly. But at the same time, from a real life standpoint, I hope Drew's okay, because when you hit your back like that, the last time somebody hit their back like that, they were out of action for 5 years and actually found God. Shawn Michaels. But in any event, I'm really glad that CM Punk won the match. I'm also very glad that Damian Priest won the match against Finn Balor. What was that special decoration on Finn Balor's right eye? I don't know. But despite interferences from Judgment Day ripoff, we have a lot of ripoffs. We got Bloodline ripoffs and we got Judgment Day ripoffs. But despite Judgment Day ripoff interferences, Priest wins. Unfortunately, the other half of the Terror Twins didn't have a lot of luck, because as I really enjoyed watching Rhea Ripley treat Simp 19 Dom like a piñata. However, I was scared for Dominic Mysterio, to be honest with you, when he fell out of the shark cage. I was enjoying everything that happened until he fell out of the shark cage. I was a little bit nervous. But then once I realized it was all part of the act, I enjoyed it more when Rhea started treating Simp 19 like a piñata. But I did not expect for Raquel to come back and attack Rhea Ripley, which caused the match to end in DQ. And keep in mind, before Raquel had her little sickness and disease because she had a facial breakout, and I'm glad she's getting better. But before she had her little facial breakout problem, her and Liv Morgan were great allies. So it makes sense that Raquel would pick up where she left off with Liv Morgan. Moving forward, speaking of the women, I never thought I would see the day where Nia Jax sat up like The Undertaker when Tiffany Stratton went to cash in. But nonetheless, Nia Jax is still women's champion, and something eventually, I don't know if Tiffany's going to cash in on Nia, but I know there's some dissension between them. Again, did I mention I never thought I would see Nia Jax set up like The Undertaker? And also, I also was very happy to see Goldberg tonight. Goldberg confronting Gunther after Gunther taunted him, and then Sami Zayn came out and they had a fight that went back to the locker room. But great reveal by Triple H with the new Crown Jewel Championship. I'm really looking forward to seeing Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. That is, of course, unless Sami Zayn defeats Gunther again like he did for the Intercontinental Championship. We don't know. All I know is that main event is going to be awesome. And also, Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. I'll be rooting for Liv Morgan on this one. That's how villainous Nia Jax is to me. They're both villains, ironically. And also, let's get into this main event. We have the new Bloodline ripoff, Solo and Jacob Fatu, facing off against Cody Rhodes and the returning tribal chief, the only tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And the tag team match is good. I have never seen Roman Reigns do a crucifix. That was amazing. Also, Roman was having a lot of fun when the fans were chanting, "Freak you, Solo." That was kind of fun. But nonetheless, we get to the reason why the Hell in a Cell match wasn't main event. Because Jimmy Uso is back. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. Jimmy got a huge pop. Roman Reigns won the match. The Bloodline ripoff attacked. And then Jimmy convinced Roman to go stand with Cody and fight together. But then the final boss, who is greater than the former boss, Vince McMahon, that sick freak. By the way, would you guys like to get my thoughts on that Vince McMahon Netflix documentary? Let me know if you would like to see that in the comments below. But in any event, moving forward, the final boss came back to a huge pop. I knew something was up. I had a feeling it had something to do with The Rock, but I knew something was up when they put CM Punk versus Drew as the main event. Tonight was awesome. We saw Goldberg, former Falcons player, in the audience that night. I would have liked to see Goldberg spear Gunther, to be honest with you. But in any event, awesome, awesome, awesome night, in my humble opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you enjoy about tonight's Bad Blood? I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and that's all the time I have for you today. And I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. If you smell what the Dan is cooking.